People, deluded, I'm back again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and in some cases, good night. Now, the Premier League season is finished, people. I know it'll be back before we know it. That being said, allegedly, Sesko's agent has spoken again. There's some Gyökeres rumors, and there's plenty other rumors for us to, entertain ourselves with. As I always say, 99.9% of these rumors are BS, but nonetheless, it makes for great talking points. So get those creative juices flowing, smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't, allow me to share my screen with you lot. And let's get straight into it now. Benjamin Sesko's agent gives hope to Arsenal over summer transfer. Arsenal have been handed a major boost in their pursuit of Benjamin Sesko, as the striker's agent has categorically ruled out a move to to Saudi Arabia, and believes a transfer to Serie A would be difficult. As we know, allegedly, Mikel Arteta is keen to add a new forward to his squad in the summer transfer window, and Sesko is among the players on Arsenal's shortlist. Now, I've spoken at length about Sesko. I've done a video on it. I'm all for signing the 20-year-old who started the season slowly, kind of second fiddle to Openda. He currently at the end of it, or drawing to the climax of such people, has 18 goals in all competitions, and the Bundesliga club allegedly have already offered an improved contract in an attempt to fend off interest from other teams. That's probably to either get rid of his release clause or up it, or renew the man for all his progress. Bearing in mind, he just joined a year ago. As we know, his agent has been pictured at several clubs watching games across the season. He's been linked with AC Milan, Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester United, and in a day and age where the striker market, there's big hefty price tags, but not necessarily value for money. Maybe the 20-year-old with a lot of upside is one of interest to not only Arsenal, but several other clubs. Apparently, his rep, Elvis Bazanovic, forgive me for mispronunciations, people, insists RB Leipzig are in a strong negotiating position and insists the striker's development will take priority over lucrative offers, as it should. I can say that there is interest in Benjamin. I mean, an agent, we know there's interest, but an agent, that's your job. It's like a rave promoter. The party, the party could end up being crap, but the rave promoter's job is to sell you dreams, put nice women on the ticket, on the flyers, tell you, give you discounts on the tickets, tell you it's going to be amazing, you're going to find your wife in there, etc., etc. And, the agent's doing his good job. Whether he's going to move to another club, they've handled his development well from his previous club to currently Salzburg and wherever he goes, whether he's playing on the interest or alleged interest from clubs to get his client a new lucrative offer, the agent's doing his job. We are talking about he said, I can say that there's interest in Benjamin both from the Premier League and from Italy, but out of respect, I can't talk about the names of the clubs. We are talking about top clubs. We have to realize that Benjamin is currently at a top club. There are very few people who realize how big a club Leipzig is. There are certainly eventful weeks ahead of us. It's my duty to listen to offers that come up. We need to work on giving Benjamin more opportunities at the end of the season, but that's his decision. We'll suggest what is best for his long-term development, in which Mikel Arteta has shown he can improve players, and we've got a youthful project. It is trying extremely hard to keep Benjamin, as he said, with Leipzig. They have their arguments on the side of development. They also a big club with excellent conditions. They have strong cards. Healthy development takes precedent over the economic state. So we're putting development over money, not that he's probably short of cash. Apparently, Sesko's release clause has risen from 50 million euros in brackets 42.8 million pounds in January transfer window to 65 million euros in brackets 55.7 million, and his agent believes Serie A clubs will struggle to match rival offers from the Premier League. The Slovenian international has also attracted interest from Saudi Arabia, but his agent insists the priority is to remain in Europe. I think he is difficult to afford in Italy at the moment. I said a lot about that, but that doesn't mean it's not impossible. The decision is up to Benjamin. It's up to us to bring him offers. He did his job perfectly. Clubs are aware of the market situation. They're trying to get a player before the price tag goes even higher. But the main thing is that they want to secure his services. At the end of the day, only one club can get him. I can confirm that there is interest, but at the same time, Benjamin will not leave Europe under any circumstances, at least not right now. Negotiations are extremely difficult. Top clubs have already completed hundreds of such negotiations. I go to every negotiation with the thought that this is not a club for him, but they almost convinced me of afterwards. So there you have it, people. Moving on with that, allegedly Arteta wants to get all business done early, so the squad is immediately ready to work on the campaign where they're aiming to hit over 90 points. The plans have already been seen in the market as reminiscent of Liverpool around 2018. Romano has said it seems like there are almost 10 names per week being described as the favorite striker, amen, candidate for Arsenal right now. First it was Alexander Isak, then Victor Gyökeres, then Benjamin Benjamin Sesko, and now Brobley. We may have to be patient on this before we really know what's going on, as Arsenal are already assessing options internally. There are several names being considered, and Mikel Arteta will be involved in this process. I'm aware that Isaac is really appreciated, but it looks difficult as Newcastle want to keep him. Moving away from that, apparently we have scouted a certain striker a number of times, says Romano. Arsenal on a mission with Gyökeres. The Sporting Lisbon striker could be too expensive, though, in terms of value for money, obviously Gyökeres is a great player, but Benjamin Sesko is 2021. They're saying 55.7 million versus 70, 80s, 100s, where you start looking at, even Ollie Watkins has been relinked with us. We heard Ivan Toney had a 100 million price tag in January. Isaac is going to cost that. Now, of course, you look different, but you look at like someone like Declan Rice. If you pay the money, you get quality. Nobody really cares in that regards, people. There are two strikers that have been monitored, especially Gyökeres. For Gyökeres, they've been on a mission to Portugal with their scouts multiple times this year. He's a striker they appreciate, they really like, but it can be expensive because he has a release clause of around 100 million euros, and that could be too much. We have to see how much Arsenal want to invest in that position and if they want to invest that money in Gyökeres. So he is one of the players on the list for sure. And as we know, Gabriel Jesus and Eddie Nketiah have not been able to deliver the goals we require. There could be a spanner in the works where Aaron Ramsdale to Newcastle is concerned. These rumours won't go away. Apparently, they're looking at alternatives. Aaron Ramsdale is facing a long summer as prime suitors Newcastle United have called their interest in him now and are now eyeing up a different shot stopper. He started as our number one. Raya's taking his place. There was rumours he would reunite with Eddie Howe, who obviously managed him at a previous club. Apparently, Newcastle are looking at other goalies, and we know Aaron Ramsdale's future is subject to speculation. In relation to Gyökeres, once again, Arsenal could be priced out of a move for Gyökeres this summer, people. 86 million quid. I'm not too sure if Arsenal want to do that, but he does have a hefty release clause. He is contracted until 2028, as you can see there. And, in a day and age where the striker market doesn't look like value for money, 43 goals in 49 games in your first season, like with Sesko at Sporting Lisbon, that's crazy. So you'd imagine Sporting, them kind of clubs do a great job of getting in talent, because he was at Coventry, no clue why no one took a chance, and selling him back to this very market for about triple the price. Isaac has been the preferred option, but there is an awareness that Newcastle would likely refuse to sell. Arsenal do want to at least see if a deal is possible, but do not want to get drawn into a long saga. If Arsenal can't get Isaac, Brobley would be the next most likely option, says Miguel Delaney. Once again, Arsenal are seeking to sign a prime striker before their pre-season tour, with Newcastle's Alexander Isaac and Ajax's Brian Brobley top of the list. Another option on the list is Isaac's Swedish compatriot Gyökeres from Sporting, as we've just gone over, people. We've also gone over that as well. Sorry, Romano. What else have we got? Again, we've gone over this, people. Apparently, Romano has said another striker making the headlines at the moment is Brian Brobley of Ajax, who is now being linked as the main candidate for Arsenal to strengthen up front this summer. It still seems like they're almost, well, we've gone over the 10 kind of things there, apparently, but one bit we haven't. Arsenal also do not view this as a problem for Kai Havertz, who started playing in midfield for them when he joined last summer, but who ended the season in a really strong form as a striker. And we went over that, The Athletic, check out the video I did yesterday. The Athletic spoke about how, initially Kai Havertz was brought to replace, Granit Xhaka. It's fair to say that hasn't worked out. Havertz can play as a 9, but also in other positions, and his versatility is one of the reasons why they decided to bring him in. When you want to be competitive on all fronts, these kind of players are absolutely needed. Fair enough, people. Bruno Guimaraes rumours won't go away. Between Dean Jones and Ben Jacobs, they've heavily reported on Arsenal's interest in Guimaraes, which lovely player, gonna cost too much. Again, smash the like button, let me know your thoughts. Now that the Premier League season has ended, we will very quickly learn what the stance is to be over Bruno Guimaraes leaving Newcastle this summer. We know about the release clause and that Newcastle would ideally look to keep him, but the interest in him from Man City and Arsenal is genuine. In my eyes, I would not be surprised at all to see loads of talk around this in the coming weeks before the transfer window opens. I don't think Guimaraes is desperate to leave Newcastle, but he is ambitious, and at a time when Newcastle have dropped off a level, he's got the chance to join the two best sides in the division. We need a central midfielder now. I personally think Man City, apologies, are going to get Paqueta and Bruno Guimaraes. When you deep it, people, they're in a bit of a transitional period. Manchester City have a lot of great players, but speculation remains over whether Pep Guardiola is going to be there. He has played very coy on his future. You look at Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, a lot of them are getting on a bit. I'm not saying they're finished, but they're getting on. So they probably need new blood. And for me, I think They want Pep Guardiola to go out with a bang, get a 5th Premier League trophy in a row, or potentially another Champions League, bring in some new recruits. And then obviously the next manager post that is going to have fantastic facilities and playing staff to work with potentially. And you'd imagine Pep Guardiola is going to be involved in the process of who he thinks is the candidate to replace him. Romano has spoken about Pedro Neto. Again, when you think of him, unfortunately, you think of injuries. There has been some rumors saying there's a 60 million price tag over his head. It's disappointing because I think in the first half of the season, he was one of the best performing players. Unfortunately, he got injured. Romano has made it clear that the likes of Arsenal or City would have to pay big to sign Wolves winger Pedro Neto. I do think we would like a wide man, but I think if we were to shell out, now there's a reality where we might say, do you know what? We don't think the striker market is value for money. Let's get a strong attacker that could score goals. But I think the club are more likely to overpay for a striker and a central midfielder. You never know. And if there's deals to be done where wingers are concerned and other positions, then maybe that could be something, people. It remains the case that nothing is close or imminent for Pedro Neto. He has been linked with Arsenal in the past. There have also been new rumours about Man City and Newcastle, but Wolves will ask for a big package of money. It won't come cheap at all. So many clubs are informed, but no one has started concrete talks yet, as far as I'm aware. Now, there's probably talks in the back burners, but in terms of imminent announcements for us common fans, nobody knows, people. But I would have Neto. Again, no clue why Jacob Ramsey's been used, but Aston Villa may have to consider serious offers for Jacob Ramsey, their homegrown midfielder, to comply with profitability and sustainability rules. They've actually been linked with trying to sign Ronald Araujo. So how far does that go? I mean, I wouldn't be against the young Englishman. Nuno Tavares will return to Arsenal after Nottingham Forest decided not to activate their buy option on the player. So you've got Tavares. Tini's done okay at Sociedad, but not pulled up any trees. Unfortunately, Luton were only ever going to keep Lokonga had they secured Premier League football for another year. So, them three, as well as Ramsdale, Nelson, Eddie and Nketiah, to a degree, the Partey's, the Gabriel Jesus's. There's so many players with some more than others, but speculation over their future. So we'll have to see. Partey has just 1 year left on his contract and is wanted by clubs in Saudi Arabia. I wonder why Edu was in Saudi Arabia a few weeks ago. We're ready to reignite our interest allegedly in Locatelli. I've got a video coming out on the 26-year-old Italian who in 2021 we tried to sign. He opted to not only leave Sassuolo, but join obviously Juventus. In the years that have followed, we've still consistently been linked. Juventus are probably going to have a new manager. In fact, they have to because Allegri's gone. So you would imagine Locatelli and half of these players are not going to decide their futures until they've had a conversation with the new manager, whoever he is, and where they tie into his plans. It's a bit like with the Arsenal rumours with Kimmich to Arsenal, even though I didn't really believe such people. So that's that. That's a useless tab. We've gone over Pedro Neto already. Guirassy, who plays for Stuttgart. Apparently, Borussia Dortmund are hoping to beat a string of Premier League clubs to sign him. He has 44 goals in 58 games across all comps over the last 2 seasons. He got 28 in 28 in the Bundesliga this campaign. The 20-year-old is available for £15 million, 17.5 million euros. Arsenal, Man United and Spurs, as well as West Ham, have all been linked with a move for the individual because all of them probably needed a striker. In fact, Spurs have been linked with Ivan Toney. You look at the England camp, congratulations to Aaron Ramsdale, Declan Rice and Bukayo Saka. They've been named in the 33-man provisional squad for Euro 2024. We'd love to have seen Benjamin White there, but we all know that's a political decision. Would have loved to have seen Smith Rowe, but you ain't kicked a ball for Arsenal Football Club, really. So that's where that stops. And, he probably will trim the squad. I think he's gone a bit strong defensively. Not that that's an issue. I know Rashford's form's been poor, but I think not bringing Rashford is a bit of an L, if I'm honest. But I guess we'll have to see how things develop in that regard. And apparently Partey is edging closer to leaving the Emirates this summer and has held a meeting with a club president to discuss a transfer, according to reports. He was limited to just 16 appearances in all comps last season as we again fought for a Premier League title and obviously got back into the Champions League. Jorginho's been given a new deal as well, people. So where are you at with that? We're still linked with Martin Zubimendi, and rumours link us with João Neves of Benfica, who's going to cost a lot of money. Very talented 19-year-old. Fenerbahce have been linked with Partey, but 1 minute it's a move to Turkey, then it's staying at Arsenal, then it's going to Saudi Arabia, then it's going back to Spain. You're taking around the houses in that regards, people. But as it says here, if Partey gets a lucrative offer from the Saudi Pro League at 30-31, you've got a serious decision to make, if I'm completely honest. With that being said, though, that's all there really is to discuss. So let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.
I think